welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Angela and I make beauty, fashion, and lifestyle videos. So today, as you can already tell by the title, I am doing my breast augmentation video, or also known as a boob job. I got a boob job last year and I wanted to make a video all about it, just explaining the experience, the price, the doctor, just absolutely everything about it. I'm so excited because this video has been very long awaited. I announced on my Instagram that I would be doing this video after I was fully healed, and I'm pretty much 1 year post-op. My surgery date was June 10th of 2019. So yeah, I mean, we're in May right now, but we're pretty much about to be in June. But before I get into the video, I do want to put out a disclaimer. If you are against plastic surgery, that is 100% okay. Totally fine, you're entitled to your own opinion, but this video is all about plastic surgery. So I would recommend you click out of it just so that you're not made uncomfortable in any way. You should just click out of the video now. I'm totally for doing whatever the heck makes you happy. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So I first went to the consultation, and when I went to the consultation, you go inside, you meet the nurse, and she's super nice. She'll just ask you questions of what you're looking for and what you want, kind of thing. And I just told her, I really want to be a D cup, like full D. That's what I want to be, I'm sure of it. And she was like, okay, no worries. We're gonna have you try on this bra. And they stick little jelly, the implant, but they're ones that you can stick in. So little jelly versions of what size you would have, and they stick those inside of the bra, and then you put a shirt on so you can see how you would look with the shirt on. So that's kind of how you decide. And then they have numbers on it, 400 or 350. I tried on a 375, and when I looked in the mirror, I was like, oh yeah, this is cute. And I was like, Mom, this looks so good. And then she was like, I think bigger, right? And then I looked in the mirror and I was like, no, yeah, definitely bigger. And so then I went up another size. So from 375 we went up to 400. So then we went up to 400, and 400 I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. And I was just looking at myself from the side and forward and stuff, and I was like, this is it. And we were in the surgery center, and we were like, okay, I think this one. And then the nurse also let me know that even though you get a certain size of implant, they can fill it up a little bit more than the size of the implant, if that makes sense, because the type of implant that I wanted was saline. So I did not get silicone, I got saline implants, and I wanted saline because saline sits more upright, and silicone is more, it's the more natural version. So if you don't want to look like you really had your boobs done and you want it to look very natural, very low key type of thing, you might want to go with the silicone. But I knew I wanted saline because I've seen everyone with saline, and I'm just oh my god, definitely it's what I want. Plus, if saline bursts, it's just salt water, saline water, and it's not harmful for your body. And if silicone bursts, it's really harmful for you, and I was not about to even I didn't want to deal with that. So anyways, when they insert the implant into your boob, if you get a saline implant, the cut is this little. But if you get silicone, it's gonna be a little bit bigger. It's gonna be wider. So I forgot to mention that the saline implant is not pre-filled. It is only the lining / shell or casing of the implant. And once it gets put into your body, then they fill it through a tube. But when they do the silicone one, it's already pre-filled, and it just comes like that. So that's why the incision needs to be bigger for that one. I said all of that because the nurse let me know at the consultation that I was able to pick a size. So let's say I picked 400 cc's. He can fill it up a little bit more. So he can fill it up, he can do a 400 cc, and then fill it up to 425, if that makes sense. So I decided that I would just do 400 filled up to 425 cc's when I was at that consultation. And she said, okay, great. I wrote the cc's I wanted down, wrote that I wanted saline, and we waited. And then when we met Dr. Taneja, honestly, he is so nice. He's a very good surgeon, and he makes you feel so comfortable. What I wanted and stuff. If you're wanting, let's say for example, you have one boob that's a little bit larger than the other boob, then they can fill one up more than the other so that they're matching, if that makes sense. So you can get one, let's say 400, and you can get the other one at 425. So that's what's really nice. And that's like no like extra cost. That's just like normal. So he was kind of like inspecting that to make sure that everything was like the same size. So mine were just like the same. So we did the same for both. We talked about how I want the incision and like where I want it, and I wanted it under the muscle. Then after you're done, he says you can book an appointment with the nurse you just saw in the other room. And I saw her and she kind of gave me like the full price sheet. I know most people don't say how much they paid, but I'm gonna like tell you guys. I paid 5,000 US dollars, by the way, because I know I have a lot of people that like watch me from other countries and stuff. One of the reasons why I even decided to go to him was because I saw his Instagram page, and he has just loads and loads and loads and loads of just pictures, like before and afters of boob jobs that he's done. Like I loved like every single one that he did. There's a few things that you're gonna have to purchase along with your boobs. And one of them, I mean, you don't have to, and I don't know if this is for everyone, but where I went, you could either just get bandaged up or you could purchase a surgical bra. And the surgical bra was about like $65 to $70. I purchased it because I wanted to make sure that I had everything so that I could feel like I was healing correctly. I didn't want to just get like bandaged up. It's totally fine if you do, but I wanted the actual bra. So it just looks like this. It's like very like stretched out here, obviously, because my boobs are super swollen. Sometimes I'll just wear it because I feel like if you wear it every now and then, like your boobs are just gonna stay really nice. So I'll just wear it around the house and stuff some days. But oh, I almost forgot to say, along with the bra and the medication, you also have to get a set of labs. They give you the sheet at your consultation of the labs that you have to get. And the labs were, I don't think they were that expensive. They gave us all the information in a folder, and they asked me if we wanted to book an appointment like right there and then. And I told her that no, like right now wasn't the right time, but I would call back to book an appointment because now that I've had a consult, they have everything on file and like my numbers and everything. So I said I would call back, and in order to book your appointment, you had to put down a $500 deposit. That was the first consultation I'd ever been to for like a breast augmentation. So it's totally normal to go to like a lot of different people. I thought that I would go to like 3 or 4 before I made my decision, but lucky for me, I only ended up going to him. I told my mom, like, Mom, like, I think I really want to do it. And she's like, okay, well, he said that he was booked out until October. Okay, mind you, this was in May. He was booked out for 5 months. And I made the decision that I would just like put the deposit down. And I was like, what the hell? Like, I'm just gonna do it. I can't stop thinking about it. So after I put the deposit in, and then she said, okay, so we just had a cancellation. Girl called and she canceled her appointment, and you're like the next one that could take the date. So the date was for June 10th. Oh my gosh, June freaking 10th. So it was May, like it was May when I was doing this whole thing, okay? I was like, okay, yeah, I'll book it. So I booked it, and then I literally got off the phone and I was just like, oh my God, like June 10th is like literally in 3.5 weeks. So fast forward to June 10th. When you go into the surgery room, they tell you to wear a zip up jacket, not anything that can be pulled over your head, because when you leave surgery, you are not going to be able to move your arms. And my surgery was in Newport Beach, like at midday. So I get to the surgery center and they have me wait in the room, and then they like put the little wrist thing on me, and then they say, okay, we're ready for you. So now we're just going to start the process of like you changing into your clothes and like putting everything in a bag. And then Dr. Taneja came in and he said that I could take the gown off or whatever, the front gown off, and that he grabbed like a little purple marker and he started like drawing kind of like lines of like where he would make like the incision and just like down like the middle here. He said, do you want to do 500 cc's? And I said, oh no, I think that's too big. I think we decided on 425. And he's like, okay, I was just seeing if you wanted to go a little bit bigger. And then I was like, let me just go with 425 because that's originally what I had decided on and that's what I tried on. I didn't try one on bigger. I didn't. He said, okay. So he like went to the back. I looked at my grandma and like asked me like, what, are you okay? Like, is everything okay? And I was like, everything's fine, but why do you think he asked me to do 500 cc's? Like, does he think that I would look better with 500 cc's? my grandma was like, well, why don't you ask them to call him back one more time just so you could talk to him again, so you could be fully clear, so you don't have any like weird like feelings in your head or anything about this whole thing. I said, okay. And then they were like, oh, he's already ready for surgery. We're gonna take you back now. And then I was like, low-key had a panic attack right before because, and I never do, I never get nervous about anything, but I did because I was like, wait, everybody stop. I want them bigger. Like I literally like was like, where is he? Where is he? And in the middle of the hallway when they were about to take me, I like saw him and I was like, wait. And he was like, what's wrong? And I was like, I want to do 450. I want to do 450 cc's. I'm sure of it. Like it's going to look very good. He's like, I think that'll look really good on your body. And I was like, okay, great. I'm like so much more calm. I'm like, oh, thank the Lord. Now we're going to have like the right sizing. It's going to look bomb. And I like literally don't even remember falling asleep. I literally think the surgery was like a total of like 40 minutes or something so short. I woke up in a room. I was like spacing out for a minute and then I like clicked in my head that I was in a freaking hospital and I like looked around and I was just like, and I looked down and I just saw like huge tits. And I was so excited. And the nurse was right there and she like asking me questions. I don't remember what she was talking to me about. And then I just remember I was like, it's really hard for me to breathe. Like, I just remember feeling like there was like 3 elephants. Like, I remember saying like, it feels like there's elephants on my chest. Like, why does it feel like I can't breathe? And I remember just being like, she's like, yeah, just breathe like slow. Like everything's gonna be really sore, really tight. Like it's gonna feel like a lot of pressure. And I was like, she said, okay, so she's gonna have to take a pain medicine in about an hour or so. And my grandma was like, okay, that's fine. So then everything was like wearing off. So basically I was starting to feel everything. So then they put me into a wheelchair and then one of the guys from the surgery center wheeled me into the elevator. So this guy was like asking me a question and I don't even remember what he asked me. And I remember answering, and right when I answered, the elevator went from like the 4th floor and like started going down, and the pressure on my chest, I literally was like, ah, like, and my grandma was like, what's wrong? And I was like, it hurts. Like, it hurts too much. Like, it just felt like 20 elephants all of a sudden on my chest. The ride back home, it was like an hour and a half because we got out and it was rush hour. So we were in traffic for like an hour and a half, which was amazing because I was crying the entire time. I was not hungry. I was just like crying, and I was like, if I knew it was gonna hurt this bad, like I would never have gotten it. Like nobody ever talks about the pain they go through when they have surgery. Like they just say that it's all nice. I just was bawling my eyes out, like bawling. I was like, everything hurts. Like it just hurts. It hurts. I just want it undone. Like I just didn't want them. Like I was like so over it. And when I finally got back to my house, I took the first pain medicine and I remember I was like, oh, like I feel so much better. Like I should have had taken these in the car, because I don't know why. There was a reason why I didn't take them in the car. People say it hurts, but like not everybody talks about like how bad really, and it like was really hurting me that first day. But if you have your pain medicine, I think like right after, like right when you're supposed to, because I waited, then you won't go through that whole ordeal that I did. And my healing process was fine. The worst day was the first day where I was just crying because I didn't take my meds on time. Everything was literally like perfect. My boobs, I feel like took a little while to drop. They finally dropped, but like 3 months in, like finally I noticed that they were kind of like more sitting better. And like I liked how big they were because they were like really swollen and big, but they were just like way too up high and I wanted them to just like settle. But yeah, I was like very quick recovery for me. Like I remember after like 5 days, I like wanted to go to the beach. Then you have all your post-op appointments, and I don't remember the exact dates for everything, but you do have to go back so that they can remove your stitches. This is like what they look like in this shirt. And I'm now a D cup. I got my incision underneath my boob so I can show you guys. I haven't put scar cream on them. I'm gonna be so honest. I'm so bad about that stuff. They've healed, the scars are like really like healed really well. If anybody has any other questions, please feel free to ask me in the comments down below. Or if you wanna ask me like more personally, you can DM me on Instagram. My Instagram will be right here. And also make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Thank you guys so much for watching my video, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.